everyone, welcome to a live Q&A session with True Blue Studio. During this Q&A, we'll be learning more about what brings our content creators to the studio, including myself. To my right, we have Kate and Patty.
Hi, my name is Kate. I am part of the behind-the-scenes crew. I also help run audio during the Almost Socially Irrelevant podcast films.
Hi, I am Patty, and I am the producer for Blue Shorts.
And to my left, please welcome Riley and Erica.
Hi there, everyone. My name's Riley, and I am the production manager here at True Blue Studio, and I also am a camera operator for the Fishbowl experiment.
Hi, my name's Erica. I'm a co-producer and co-host of the Almost Socially Irrelevant podcast with my good friend Maggie.
And to introduce myself, I'm Asha. I'm part of the True Blue Studio Live team, as well as the Creative Spaces team. Without further ado, let's get started with the questions. We will begin with Kate and continue down the line.
Right.
All right, this seems like a good one right here. Oh, that's okay. That's the same one.
Oop.
Okay. 5 years ago, did you expect to see yourself where you are now?
Ooh,
Not
that's a good one.
gonna lie. No, I did not see myself being here. Initially, I was 5 years ago. I was thinking I was gonna go into law, be like a lawyer, and then things happened, and I was like, you know what? I think working in production is my calling. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That sounds really
I really
fun.
think you would have been a good lawyer, though.
I
Yeah.
do love to argue, so
I was gonna
yeah.
say, you would have made a killer, argument in court.
You can make a killer
Yeah.
argument in production, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I do, yeah. These guys.
Okay. Is it, my turn now?
Yeah.
You are next in line.
I just want to make sure that they, great,
Yeah.
Great pacing.
want to really mix them around. Okay. What ideas did you have that didn't survive the pitching process? Oh my god.
This one's a rough one.
This is a little rough. I think the gods are even angry at me for all the pitches that didn't survive.
It's all good.
Yeah, the graveyard.
The graveyard
They're all
of
coming
pitches.
back.
They're all coming back and haunting me right now.
What was some?
No, but there is a few that didn't make it. I had my original pitch when first joining and starting Blue Shorts and creating a foundation for what is our group. It originally started with me pitching an idea for this short called Detective Birdie. And it was just it was supposed to be a short skit about this detective who is clumsy and nobody knows how she solves the crime, but she does. So there was that one that was a great loss. There's been a few that me and my team have come up with where we sit there and we're like, oh my god, that's so funny, and then we sit back and we're like, we're a little bit too out of pocket with these, maybe we shouldn't do that.
Well, I also feel like it's hard for especially your team, especially because it's since you guys do focus on skit comedy and that kind of thing, it's tough to be okay, what's going to actually
Yes.
go well on the channel and what is
definitely when we're going through that pitching process and we're thinking of videos that we want to do, we want to make sure that we're not only representing Blue Shorts but how we want to represent it, but we're also representing True Blue Studio as a brand. So we want to make sure that our videos are not just funny to us or that they're not just what we want to show, but also a representation of what True Blue Studio is. And we want to make sure that we create content that not only one person can enjoy, but multiple people can.
right.
Okay, is it my turn
Yeah,
now?
it is.
Yes. Okay. What failures have you encountered during your time at True Blue Studio?
Jeez.
Ooh, there's another.
Okay, I guess one big thing was technical issues during the production for the first Creative Spaces episode. Not our best moment, but I think we pushed through and created something special, even though we weren't able to use our very good camera, that decided to stop working. I don't know. I don't think there's been too many failures yet. A little bit early for that. But I don't know. I think it's been very special despite, either technical issues during live shows or technical issues during Creative Spaces. I think that no matter what failure it is, I feel like we always push through and make it a success in a way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
I feel like our studio is really good at kind of taking in those failures and like making something greater out of them and like kind of like pushing through, bouncing back.
Or
I
at
think
least
that's
we like
something that-
learn from it at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Miss Erica.
Come on, Erica. What is it?
Why are
What
we-
is it? What
I
is
don't know why
it?
we're-
I don't know.
I don't know. I love a good drum roll. I'm such
I
a
know,
sound
right?
effects person. Oh.
Also, I just love fidgeting a little. Like,
Yeah.
Have you always been interested in the things you do now? Did you ever have other career aspirations? So, no.
I'm glad.
I feel
Short
like
answer.
DMPS kind of, like digital media production, it, like as a whole, kind of fell into my lap. Like, it was never something I even thought. I'm like really bad with computers.
Yeah.
And a lot of digital media work is, you know, like editing.
Yeah.
And so it must have been, maybe 2 years ago that I kind of was watching a movie. I've always really liked movies, and I was like, hold on. I feel like I could move towards that. I wouldn't even really say that this is my career. This is just sort of something I'm doing for the moment.
A stepping stone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stepping stone. I super love my podcast, especially with my good friend Maggie. I'll always call her my good friend. But yeah, so within the next 3 to 4 years, I'll be going to law school. But I have to say, I am very, very grateful to be able to do this with all of you for TBS. This is a one of a kind of opportunity. So I'll take this with me
Yeah.
for a very long time.
Alright.
Yes,
Which
Riley.
one we got?
Pull it out.
What are some skills that you didn't think would come in handy? Jeez, I don't even know. Honestly, like, with some of the board game streams that we've been doing, I didn't know that, like, my immense knowledge of board games would be so helpful. Because I think it's just been a lot of fun to... I mean, board games has always been such a passion of mine. I know you all know that. And all of that. And it's just been interesting to see you guys who may not know as much but be so, like, really receptive to some of those creative ideas and that kind of thing. And it's just been a really fun community to foster. I also didn't know that I could do a Mort impression, so thanks
God,
Oh
Maggie
yes.
for helping me discover that.
Do
So
it.
I guess that's a skill that comes in
Do
handy.
it.
No,
Do
I'm not gonna. I can't do that.
We got yelled at last time.
Yeah.
Check out the
no.
Moose Master stream, and then you can see me do it there.
It's a great impression. No. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's like the seagulls from Finding Nemo.
I do
Where
want to
it's
like
like-
point out, like, I like the fact that you were kind of talking about how, like, the unusual skill that you kind of like brought into this is your creativity and your like knowledge of games, and I feel like it's like something that's super interesting within True Blue Studio that I feel like we all have incorporated is like our own creativity, and like we all bring in this like. I think we all bring a skill of creativity where like it's kind of like not unusual. That's not the word that I'm trying to like think of, but
It's unique.
Unusual.
like we bring like our own personalities into this, and like we bring our own skills that like can be reflected in like what we put out.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, it's very true to us, you know.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
it's true.
Been there.
That was good.
That
Thank
was
God.
so good, Kate.
Lisa.
Yeah, goodness. You know,
Slayed with the puns.
Oh,
you know, I try. Thank you.
hello?
Are you gonna
Oh,
call her?
Oh,
Kate, it's the president of puns. They said that was
oh my
the
gosh.
most incredible thing they've ever heard.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'll
Mr.
let her know.
Oh my goodness.
You're
That
being
was
scouted
so
to the
good.
CIA.
Oh my god. Funny story, I did want to work in like the Federal Bureau of Investigations.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do like BAU stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what
Yes.
Criminal Minds was when I told people this. So they were like Criminal Minds, and I was like, what's that?
Nice. All right, what question you got?
What's something you want to reconnect with Besides my love for internet sleuthing,
We're gonna have a talk about that off camera.
something, this is really nerdy, but I've been reconnecting with, like, my love for Marvel and, like, all of that type of stuff. Like, I'm very much, like, pro indie films, that type of stuff. I watch more indie films, but I'm also, like, I love a good Captain America movie.
That's very fair.
I watched Brand New World recently. Beautiful, loved it. Sam Wilson as Captain America, love it. Okay, but yeah,
That's awesome.
Who's your favorite Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
there you go. That's a tough question.
Mine's Andrew Garfield.
I was about
Yeah, I
to
was gonna say
say
mine is
it's your
also
friend.
That's also Andrew Garfield.
Oh, sure.
I don't.
We'll
Sorry.
It's
We'll-
okay.
we
It's
can-
okay.
We'll
show you
convert her to
after.
Andrew Garfield.
We'll show you after the show.
Like how Riley hasn't seen Twilight.
You haven't seen Twilight?
I haven't seen Twilight, no.
You know what? And I knew this, and I think I say that every single time because it's so shocking.
I actually
I
do have
know.
a video clip of you guys discussing
Okay,
this.
so like
Yeah.
movie watch party.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
In the studio.
Ready. What you gonna pick?
Oh, I'm a little nervous. I feel like I'm picking for my reaping. But okay, what are some places you picked up skills for TBS before True Blue?
Ooh.
I think the places where I like mostly picked up skills was through my like college experience. I feel like majoring within the School of Journalism, I learned a lot. Like, I do devote and like thank my college experience and like the courses that I was able and like fortunate enough to take, because I did learn a lot from like the classes that I was able to take, and I picked up a lot of skills that are able to help me in True Blue, especially just making great connections within like the school and like my professors. I got to know a few of my professors very well, that they then got to pass on a lot of knowledge to me that I have now found very useful during our time here at True Blue Studio.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
What'd you get?
What were you like as a child?
Yes!
Okay. I don't know. I was a little different than I am now. I was a little bit more of a wild child, a little crazy. Yeah. I very much spoke my mind, which sometimes would get me in trouble. I still loved books. Books were my favorite thing ever. I don't know. I always kept in a little part of myself a lot of pride in my Lexile score. Very big part of my identity. But yeah, no, I was very independent, very, I don't know, sometimes it got me in trouble, but I think overall it shaped me into who I am today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
so
awesome.
cute.
That's so
I want to hear
sweet.
your hot takes later.
Yeah. Okay. What did Mama get?
Ooh.
Shoot for the stars. What do you want to be doing 5 years from now? Okay, so working as an attorney for the most part. I want to be going into family and marriage mediation for the most part. I also want to work in probate. Probate is like assets. It's your estate. It's your will. I'd like to be living in Chicago, and then preparing to go to get my PhD in law. It's not a 10-year plan. It's like a 45-year plan, actually. I would like to be a judge by the time I'm 50.
Ooh.
And so getting my PhD might help me, move into a professor kind of stance. I'd like to teach for a few years. I don't know.
You would be an amazing professor.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you would.
I
I
think
really
it'd be
think
fun.
I feel like your classes
Thank
would
you.
be very engaging.
I feel
and,
like I'd be a monster.
Oh,
Like, I'd be like a
in
cold
a good
call
way,
monster.
like Lady Gaga monster, you know?
But yeah, so I'd like to have a very well decorated home. Not completely perfected yet.
Yeah.
Just and I suppose I could get married. I don't really care. I'm being whatever. That's what my 30s are for.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If ever.
If ever. Yep.
But Yeah, I want to have like a freaky little dog also. Like
Yes.
I love that.
I don't know if you're like if you can call them like mutts. I feel like that's like a little bit hurtful, but like, you know, like
Like the crusty white dogs.
no, not a
Not a
crusty. I
crusty
want it
white
to be
dog?
like this big, and kind of like there's like some Jack Russell Terrier. That's my dream.
All right.
I love it.
I love that. Alrighty. Let's see here. What are you proud of yourself for? Ooh, that's
It's such a good question.
that is a good one. You know, I'm really proud of how much I've been able to help with like equipment stuff here. When I got this role of like production manager and stuff, I was quite frankly very nervous because I trusted myself that I knew a lot about the cameras and the equipment that we have here, but I didn't really know or feel as confident on like lighting and stuff and how this whole studio space that we're in operates and everything. And so I think it was a little bit of a challenge, but I'm really happy with like how far I've come and how much just we all have really, because I get to work like with just really cool people every day, like y'all and everyone here. So it's been just a lot of fun, and I'm excited for, you know, to kind of keep creating content for the near future here, and yeah, I'm just excited for all that we've made so far and what we got coming soon. So
Got a lot.
yeah, we do.
Yeah. At least like 2 things.
Yeah.
We got a few
We got
things
we got
up
a
our
few couple
sleeves.
things.
We're
yeah.
cooking.
A lot of we're cooking. We're definitely cooking in the kitchen.
We're cooking, yeah.
Abracadabra.
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, that wraps up our final question. I think we all got to know each other a lot better today, and I hope you in the audience learned a thing or two about us. Besides content creators, we are sisters, daughters, scholars, and leaders. The list goes on. Before we say goodbye, I'd like everyone sitting here, I'd like to ask everyone sitting here, is there anything cool your team is doing that you want to plug?
Yeah.
Well, for behind the scenes, we're supposed to be having our March reel drop soon. I'm also planning, working on getting our Moose Masters behind the scenes out there. We have a lot of really good stuff. I feel like that was just a lot of personalities mixing. So yeah, keep an eye out for that.
For sure.
Blue Shorts has a lot of exciting content coming up. We definitely have a good lineup within like what we want to post next. We have a lot of ideas brewing. We're kind of going crazy with our pitches, but we do have 2 videos out now if you would like to check them out. I personally think that they're funny, so like why not? Give it a look, give it a try. Our next episode will be coming out this Thursday, so check it out when it comes out.
Yeah. And with Fishbowl Experiment, we have a new mini short series in the works that I'll be hosting called Fish Out of Water. It's essentially a mini version of like a regular episode of Fishbowl Experiment, but I'm not usually the one in front of the camera, and I don't really like talking to strangers that much. That's why Max does it usually. But thought it'd be fun to get out of my comfort zone and a bit, and so the full trailer for that will be dropping tomorrow on our channel. In addition, I'll be hosting and taking the lead on another game live stream. We had so much fun with the Moose Master one, like Kate was talking about, that we decided to bring the idea back and play a proper game. So we'll be in the ring next week with some top-tier wrestling alter egos facing off in a game called Clask. So hope you'll tune in to that.
Oh, is it? It's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go. We just dropped our 3rd episode of Almost Socially Irrelevant with me and Maggie, discussing, I don't know, a lot of stuff. We're pretty much getting super excited to film some more exclusive Des Moines content for you. So be out and looking.
For sure.
Yeah, and as for the live show team, we're here every week, so you can always see us here. I'd like to thank you all for being part of this very vulnerable live show. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.